walk you through our gardens here in the Shenandoah Valley. Some years we're inundated with water. Other years, we don't have water for a long time period. And this is one of those times. If you look around me, you can even see the lawn that is turning brown. That normally happens in July and August, but sometimes it can happen earlier in the year or at the end of the year. Well, what can you do? We all want to save our garden plants, and we want to have a nice green lawn. And there's certain things that you can do to accomplish that. If you look in this garden behind me here, you can see a great, somewhat drought-resistant plant known as Helleborus, and it's withering away. Now, some plants can withstand the dry weather. Some plants may not be able to. The key to successful watering of your garden is to water a little bit of water per hour over a longer period of time. Our clay soils can only absorb about 1/4 of an inch of water an hour. If you're putting more water than that down, you're filling up the creeks, the sewage systems, and you're wasting water. And this is a sprinkler that only puts down about 2 gallons per minute. So if you only have a little well, or if you are on water that you're paying for, it helps reserve water. Now this sprinkler turns completely around. Some of the sprinklers that kick back and only cover a portion have too much water usage. For, in our case, our lawn, you can adjust with the little screw here how far the water shoots out. And finally, you use maybe an old cat or dog pan and check how much water you put down in an hour. And 1/4 of an inch per hour is perfect for this lawn. I'm going to show you what not to do in the way of watering your plants. You know how many times I want to stop in a community when I see someone watering their lawn or plants with what I call a car wash nozzle. This is not a watering nozzle. If you try to water your plants, it pushes out all the soil. On top of it all, you need to stand in one spot for at least an hour to water that area. So do not use this for watering plants. But there are other options. I'm going to save the best nozzle for last. This is another type that you can get. It also can be used to, wash your sidewalks, clean your siding. But it really does not put out a lot of water. You'd have to stand in your lawn for quite some time. Or if you're in water containers, it is going to take quite a while to water your containers. This is one of the best nozzles you can use. It's not going to be easy to find, but it does put out a nice fine spray of water, fine enough to produce a rainbow. And for containers, it's great. I'll give you a really good tip on containers. You start watering your container till the water fills up to the top of the pot. Then what you do is you go to another container and you do the same thing. And then you go to a third container and a fourth container. Then you come back to your original container and you do it again. Now it's going to be important to water your containers between 3 and 4 times. A lot of times the water just wants to run out through the side of the pot, never really soaks the container. But after 4 times, your container should be thoroughly watered, and then your plants can enjoy that water for the next day, 2 or 3 days. I'm Mark Viette. Join me next time in the garden.
For more garden tips, go to inthegardenradio.com.